Let's start off like we do every single week with a tell me something good. What good happened in your businesses in the last week? Valerie, what do you got?
A lot of things.
A lot of good things.
Opened a couple of escrows on new listings, but the best one for this week, I think, was a buyer that I've been working with since the end of last year, showing them houses for like 4 months, finally got an offer accepted. So put it in the
I figured. But
Yeah, we actually have 6 new agents, or 5 new agents. Dylan Toy from Stockton, Saeed, and I cannot pronounce his last name, Dabihi from Orangevale, Blanca Chavez from Lancaster, Roland Loki from Atlanta, and Johnny Lee from Vegas.
oh my goodness, 6 new agents,
Wow.
incredible. It's growing. Clark's dragging everybody on in, whether he wants to come or not. Clark's gonna get you.
Co-sponsoring.
Co-sponsoring, that's
Yeah,
it.
it's a game changer.
Yeah, it is a game changer, definitely. Who here knows what co-sponsoring is? Okay, so if you do not know, you need to look it out. It goes live. I think I saw an email that just went live recently, like.
Yeah, there's a EXP Realty .com/toolkit, or excuse me, co-sponsoring.
realty.com/co-sponsoring.
It's all there.
All about it. It is a game changer if you're looking to grow your business through revenue share. Like if you've ever wanted to partner with somebody that isn't here locally, this allows you to do that. It's win-win for everybody. All right, and then Haley had a closing this morning. So she's not here, so everybody give a round of applause to Haley though. Haley and our IFA had a closing. Any other wins before we move on? Lexi, what do you got?
3 new listings that just went live yesterday and one coming next week. So
Wow, 3 listings of 1 coming. Watch out, Haley, or Lexi's top producer of the year coming up. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into the realtor huddle, I think there are some events and, oh yeah, of course, new agent. So new agent, everybody please embarrass, give a round of applause. The agent's Speaking of new agents, we also have a summer intern, Miss Julia back there. We say hi to Julia. And then for upcoming events, what we have our next Thursday? Next Thursday, we're gonna be learning about home warranty 101. Honestly, if you guys are not utilizing listing warranties and your listing presentations, you're missing out on an incredible opportunity. Just gonna be going over that. Following week, we will be, so coming up May 8th, same day, there is a cornhole tournament. Haley, an agent, there she is. Haley, has partnered with this company or this group, and it goes towards Special Olympics. So if you want to be a part, have some fun, raise some money for a good cause, that's on May 8th. And then following that, lovely graphics Thursday. Following that, we have Michael Hullickson. May 15th is going to be a PCAR. Okay, so this is where Brent flies in, a nationally ranked speaker to come and invest in your businesses. Bring somebody to this, whether they're with the XP, whether they're not with the XP, bring somebody. Do not come alone. We want to fill the room. And what he's going to be speaking on is 5 ways to get 3 listings in 30 days. It sounds like Lexi has already taken the course. She's already ready to go. All right, and then following PCAR, we have the Heathers. I'm going to be going over the net sheets. Last week, Marguerite talked about how important it is to have the net sheets prepared or at least available on the listing appointment.
So
Again, we're trying to get you more business. This is a free tool. This isn't like a shiny object that you have to go out and pay for and then tell your significant other 6 months later you made a bad financial decision. I've never had to do that. I don't know what I'm talking about. But this is free. So they're going to be talking about that May 22nd. And then following that, we have our very own Cindy Silva. She's going to be talking about expanding your market reach. Cindy's very big on Sphere. She's a fantastic presenter. She always has the best ideas. So come and learn from our local top producer, Cindy, on May 29th. And then, of course, June 5th, right? If you have nothing else outlined in June 5th besides PCAR, make sure that you're attending this June 5th rally. There will not be a meeting here. It's on a Thursday. Pardon?
Oh, yeah, it's in Lincoln.
Yep, Lincoln, it's going to be at CATA. There is a cost. You can scan the QR code. If you are an Icon agent, this counts towards the credits you need to achieve that full $16,000 stock award. If you're not an Icon agent, but you want to be around local top producers in our company, the people from San Francisco will be coming out for this event. John Tsai will be speaking. We've attended the last one last year, and it was absolutely incredible. Packed house. You're going to make some great connections and have a lot of fun in the process. And then lastly, Is Alex here? Okay, it's okay. Alex doesn't have to be here. I'm here. So Alex Dyer, every Friday, 10 o'clock, KV Core. He's gonna be Bold Trails now. We're talking about how you can grow your business using that tool every single Friday, 10 o'clock, here in person or via Zoom. Scan the QR code. It's free. And we all have access to this tool. We all have access to KV Core. If you were to buy this tool in the open marketplace, it would cost you hundreds of dollars a month. You get it with your monthly membership with DXP. So go ahead and scan the QR code if you're interested in that class. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. So we do have our local lender. Can we skip to the next slide? I love this next slide. This is what I'm gonna be doing in the next little bit. We have Cinco de Mayo.
Good. Yeah.
All right, I just want to see the slide. Jose did a great job.
That's awesome.
So, that time, right, JJ?
Got it.
11:30 to 1:30, mariachi band, have a good time, meet some people and celebrate Cinco de Uno, okay? Cinco de Uno, we're celebrating a little bit early, but with that, everybody, please give a round of applause and welcome to the front of the room, our in-house lender, JJ.
Yes, 11:30, tacos, margaritas, and relationships being built. That's what we're really doing it for, the relationships that we want to make with each and every one of you. So come on by, create some new relationships, say hi to your old relationships, and let's have a taco on me.
He said
11:30 margaritas.
Cinco de Uno, today,
Today.
at 11:30.
Mayo
First of May.
Mayo de Uno.
Yeah, okay. Good catch, yeah. Okay, so, really quick, who wants to increase the percentage of chance that they're gonna get their offers accepted? Who wants to increase the chances? Okay.
Yes.
Anybody know the easiest way, when you're talking to a lender, of how you can increase your chance between 30 to 50% getting your offer accepted?
Timeline.
Timelines, dude, yes, nice. You need to get your timelines down. You need to write a fast escrow. This is the best way to go. If you can write a fast escrow, I guarantee you're gonna have a better shot of getting your buyer's offer accepted. If you don't write a fast escrow, you're doing your buyer a disservice. So I'll tell you what you need to do and how you can do it. When you send a buyer in, either to me or another lender, hopefully to me, what's gonna happen is you're gonna say, I really need this buyer to get pre-approved because this weekend we're writing an offer. So I can't get you fully approved to go write a 15-day offer in less than 10 minutes. I can get you a pre-approval really quick, but after we do that initial pre-approval, just say, hey, if this house doesn't work out, we'd like to continue to shop. And when we do that, we want to make sure we've coined this term, the platinum approval. I think I've talked to you guys about it before, but I just want you all to know, if you want that platinum approval, just ask. It's so important because then we can go and write our 15-day escrow and not have to write any loan contingencies. That is, I promise you,
That's
it's
the
going
game
to help you. Yes, game changer. So is anybody utilizing the platinum approval? Have you utilized it, Christy? Yeah, I think Johnny and Val have done it a few times. It's so important. And I just want to make sure you guys all know about it because you will increase the chance of you getting your offer accepted. The other thing about this is if you have a buyer and they have a home that needs to be sold first, more than likely, it doesn't need to be sold first. Don't get wrapped up in this whole thing about, oh, we need to try and sell your house. And then, we have this 2-day window where we need to move everything out. And you're really just going to make your buyer and seller totally stressed out. It's not necessary. We have a program that will not utilize that debt from that sale of that house. And you can go purchase the new home without utilizing that debt. It's our buy before you sell program. I don't know any other lender that's doing this right now. It's so pivotal, and you can get up to 90% of the loan to value from the previous residence in cash out to put on that new home. So no contingencies on the sale of the home, no loan contingencies. And if they're putting enough down, you probably don't even need appraisal contingencies. Does anybody think that'll help strengthen their offers?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. So let's do it. Let's get those offers accepted. And let's see if we can make sure that your buyers get the home that they deserve. Any questions? Yeah,
The
Dave.
platinum approval, is that just fully underwritten or is it? If they go out and buy a car in the middle of the process, they're all.
Good question. Yeah, so it's fully underwritten. So by the time that buyer is going to purchase a home, all we need is a prelim and appraisal, if an appraisal is even necessary. So what we do when we pre-approve that buyer for platinum approval, we send them a checklist. On that checklist, it says, these are the things you don't want to do. Don't buy the car. Don't go open up any new loans. Don't go change your job to commission paid, right? We don't want you to do these things. Yes, we've had this happen.
Oh, yes.
So we've made sure that we've written down all of these things and we give this to the buyers. So great question, David. Anything else that I can help answer before we get the famous Brent Gove up here? All right. If there's anything else, you can come find me after or come get a taco with me at 11:30. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, JJ. All right. Well, the man that needs no introduction, he's the guy that founded this team meeting in 1999. It's been going on over 25 years. Please welcome to the front of the room, Mr. Brent Gove.
Thought about limping up with a hurt back just now or something. 25 years is a long time, right? How you guys doing?
Good.
All right. Yeah. Come on, baby. Right there. A little bit. High energy equals high performance. Anyone think this guy's a high performance guy? So, man, Tony Robbins says, wherever you go, play full out. Get like, we're gonna get all, you butt me up there, buddy. We'll get all mic'd up. All right. Play all out. Play all out. Everywhere I go. Someone commented something. I don't know where they were, and they're like, "There you were. You were telling me with Angelica," and I was just, I'm all out. Wherever I am, that's where I am. You're here now because you either got footprints or butt marks. What's it gonna be? You know, you're gonna drag your butt around. So you guys are awesome. So I'm gonna share some highlights of John Maxwell yesterday because it was too good. It was in Bayside. It was super good, and I just want to share a few things. One of the things he said about leaders, they see more because they see it and they see it before others see it. Write that down. If you're taking notes, and everybody should take notes of these things. Grab a pen, a piece of paper. You notice there are notepads and pens that work, and we want you to take notes. And then meet with the friend and share what you get out of it. Oh, I totally missed that. I was daydreaming, right? Sometimes we daydream. I daydream. The reason I take notes at church is to help me focus. Otherwise, you see that guy who got up and he's got up 3 times. What's he doing? And then this couple comes in late and she's pregnant and like, oh, they're having a baby. Oh, it'd be nice to have a baby someday. And your mind just drifts, right? When I take notes, I focus, and there's no way I'd remember everything I'm about to share with you. Then I take notes from my notes. And so he said, it was so good. But so I want to share some of that. He said, again, leaders see more and they see it before others see it. I'll say it again. What do you mean by that? Like you see opportunities or you see problems? Well, you see what's good in people's life or you see what's bad. This morning, I was in the office getting ready and someone called and said, man, I love that person. They're incredible. I go, and Alyssa's in there doing her homework. She's graduating from college and her head was down. She was down. I go, man, they are almost as good as Alyssa. And I was talking to my wife and I was watching Alyssa and she goes, big old smile. Your kids, even though she's a 22-year-old college student kid, I'm a 59-year-old kid. We're all kids. We all want to be appreciated and recognized. Be liberal with your praise and be sparing with your criticism. And I spent an hour with my oldest daughter, who I probably do push harder than anyone, Christina, and she said, Dad, you can say 7 great things to me, but if you say one thing to me that she says, it's hard on me. And I've noticed, I said, but she says, yeah, but if I say the one thing, she said, I feel like sometimes I can never be enough for you. And and part of me's like, I constantly praise you, but I see her point. So I can either say, you know what, you're wrong, I'm right, and keep breaking her spirit, or I can work harder. She said, if there's something I'm doing that drives you crazy, can you tell Mom and let her tell me? I'm just gonna take it back. I can't. When you said it's like an 800-pound bat hitting me. She wants to praise. She wants to please me so much, right? And I don't think you realize that there's a terrible saying we learn as children. Let's see if you remember this one. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I'm here to tell you today that is a lie. Words define you. Write that down. Words. So think back. Was it kindergarten? Were you 4? Were you 7? The first time a relative embarrassed you. maybe a coach. I remember Joey Trevisani in the 5th grade made fun of my teeth. I had tetracycline stains. They were discolored teeth. I'm allergic to penicillin. They gave me tetracyclines. Back in the 60s, that's what you gave people if they couldn't have penicillin. But if your teeth were being formed, only then, right when they were coming out, it discolored your teeth. I didn't have white teeth. I had dark teeth. They were dark. And Joey's like, there's 3 of our buddies, Eric Larson, Joey Trevisani, and Mikey. And there's just 4 of us. And he goes, what's wrong with your teeth, man? Look at your teeth. I still remember today. I'm 59 years old. I was maybe 50 years ago. I still remember him doing this and laughing and pointing at my teeth. First time I'd ever been embarrassed publicly. And I remember that moment. How about you? Was it swimming? Was it at Little League? Did you spill on yourself? Did someone make fun of the way you talk? Was it a parent? What did they say to you? And Pastor Francis and I were having dinner, our pastor, with Sarah, my daughter Sarah, who's going to walk in any second. And he asked her, Sarah, when was it in your childhood that someone said something to you this was a wound to you? I feel like you still carry it. And she was able to just go, yeah, I was 7 years old. It was on the soccer team. I got reprimanded by my coach in front of the entire team. And she shared, she just got back from kids camp and how awesome it was, and how she learned about God, and she's so excited. And she was just sharing with the whole team. And he goes, hey, that's inappropriate. We don't talk religion on the team. And it just beat her back. And she's just an excited 7-year-old kid, right? And I don't think he meant that to be a real heavy thing. But she's carried it. She's 25 now for 18 years. And so words define you. Who said what to you? And then you took it and you swallowed it like a poison pill that it is. You're too fat. You're too skinny. Put some weight on. You got a funny nose. You got a funny jaw. You have no neck. You have, your ears look funny. And people say, and you're still walking around. And so here's the deal. I look at each one of you. You're absolutely freaking perfect. You're beautiful. You're you. And you gotta go, you know what? You don't need a nose job. You don't need to add, people add stuff back here, I guess. That's like a Hollywood thing to make their butt bigger or something. I can sell them some. But anyways, but here's the deal. You don't need to be Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie or get injected and have the big lips or whatever, right? I mean, what you need is just to be you and to love people. What do we want to be? We want to be loved. So I want to be loved. If you want to be loved, I'll give you the secret. Love other people. If you walk in the room and just love the other people there, instead of going to the popular group, sit back here with the wallflower, JJ. And just hang out with JJ. Tell me about your life. I mean, there's a fun group, and let it be fun. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But there's always that person, hey, come here, come up here. Yeah, everyone meet JJ, and you bring him in here. I got a seat for you right here. And now, we have an example. It's coming up. But the point is this. I always taught my kids to reach out to the wallflowers, to the things like to be inclusive. I am definitely an inclusive person. Would you all agree?
Yes.
I know who I am. And I am born to, and I'm also a room lifter. I walk in a room, not because I'm a big deal, but I made a decision to always be a room lifter. And you're like, well, it seems arrogant. No, it doesn't. It means you don't come in with butt marks, drag it in. You come in with energy, right? You come in with you love people. Who do we love? I can think of somebody besides my dad and my mom and people, my Astros coach. You think back in your life, your volleyball coach? Was it your softball coach? Was it your 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Johnson? Was it your kindergarten? Like Miss Gary Summerhays, my soccer coach, incredible guy. Incredible man. And there's a handful of people in your life. Was it your uncle? Was it your aunt? Was it your grandpa? Who was it that had a profound impact on your life? And you be that person. You could go, man, Steve loved me when I was not lovable. It's easy to love people who are lovable. Gangs do that. They're like literally gangs of women and men who shoot, rob, and kill people. There's a brotherhood. That's why they're drawn to the gang. We got you. We got your back. Come here. And the ladies too. Prison gang stuff. It's everybody wants to belong to something.
Right.
And so any anybody can love somebody who's loving them. The real test in life is when you're loving somebody who's biting you. When you're loving somebody who's spitting in your face, who's just being like, they're the opposite side of the political fence and they're violent about it. And you're like, I just want to, no, that's not how I roll. And am I guilty of not always doing? Yeah, but for the most part, I do. So that's anyone can love somebody who's loving them. Be kind to somebody, but be kind to someone who's not. And so this is your moment. This is your calling. Who knows the name Bill Lowe? Not one person in this room. I would say, besides Jesus Christ, my parents, and a handful of people, that man had a profound impact on my life. And he died early. He was a fly fishing guide in the Sierra Mountains. And he died at 47, massive heart attack, and just died. He was no reason for it. But he had a profound impact on my life. Because I went to Doe Campo High School in Fair Oaks, and Bill would walk around and he just loved everybody. It doesn't matter whether you were a jock, a partier. Back then we had people, they were gothic. They were all black and trench coats and spikes, and they were scary people, the gothics. Like, who the heck are these people? They were like anti-social, but if you were in their clique, that was great. And everybody loved Bill. Everybody loved that man. The bookworms, the glee club, the swim team. And Bill came in, it's like, oh, Bill's here. And he went, hey, man, how you doing? And he was just bigger than life. Here's all he was loving. All he was a golden retriever. When you come home, does your dog go and walk off? Or is he like, oh my God, you're here. You're here. You're like, and now I'm exaggerating, but
That's my
Bill's
dog.
kind of that way. What?
That's my dog all the
That's your dog, yes.
I'm a husky,
Yeah.
so you know.
Okay, who has a cat? All right, now, an animal, okay? But we love cats, right? And or you try or whatever. You know? Keep them around.
Too, they
They're
are.
great if you get stuck in the snow, you throw them under the tires, you get out of there. Humor, calm down. Didn't mean it, never done that. So you want to win big at real estate? Love the people that come through your open houses. Like, pray to God, help me love the people that come through here today. Maybe they're out of gas, out of money, out of love, out of time. But Bill was incredible. He would raise the room. And I know I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but you want love? Give love. You want more friends? Be a friend. I don't have any friends. Nobody's friendly. Man, the world's full of friends. Well, that's because you're outgoing, Brent. I wasn't always outgoing. I was a C minor in my communications class in college. I had to remember WWJD, what would Jesus do?
Yeah.
Mine was WWBD. What would Bill do? Okay, I'm sorry. Call me a sinner. I know Bill was just a guy, but I'm like, man, Bill would be really cool and outgoing and fun and loving and good to people. And whether they did what he wanted or not, he embraced people. And you know why? He was embraced. I think that's a great model for your life. You want friends? Be a friend. You want love? Give love. But don't always give it to the ones, well, I'm going to give it if you please me, you're going to get some love. No, just give love. Let it define you for who you are. I haven't even gotten to my notes. All right, let's move on. Let's just build this. He said, leadership rises or falls on you. Like, everything rises or falls on leadership. If things are falling, it's you. It's not Gavin Newsom. It's not me. It might be John Jennings. We can blame him. No, I'm kidding. But the point is, if you're blaming people, you're playing the victim card. But if you go, you know what? My life sucks right now, and I'm going to do something about it. Now you're cooking with gas. You ever been on a bonfire on a river or a lake or the ocean? You're like the crazy YouTubers. You're throwing a gallon of gas on the bonfire. You're cooking with gas, baby. My life is, I'm in trouble in this area, and I'm going to do something about it. I give you a great case in point. Chris Okamura, I convinced him to quit his job. He went from having income, I don't know if they were paying him $10,000 a month over there in Berkshire, to zero. He was in trouble because I convinced him to join EXP, and he lost all his income because he had to walk away from his job. So I'm in trouble. I'm going to do something about it. What did he do? 30 open houses in 30 days. You got 24 hours every day. It's like, I can't, it's too much work. Well, could you do noon to 2? Could you do 4 to 6? Could you do 5 to 7? Could you do 6 to 8? Just, is it okay to do it? I'm the Pope, I bless you. It's, I know we passed the issue. But I bless you. Yes, you could do 2-hour open houses. He did 30 of them in 30 days. He sold 7 homes. John Maxwell said this, he goes, action equals attraction. And he just kept going. He didn't,
Oh, that's
that's all I said. I wrote down, action equals attraction, baby.
That's good.
You want to attract buyers and sellers? Action equals attraction. Can you do 30 homes in the next 30 days? Could, will you? That we'll see. Massive action creates results, Tony Robbins. You do not suffer because times are difficult. It is not difficult because you do not try. It's because you do not try that things are difficult. Massive action creates results. You fail massively in a short period of time, and you get better and better, and you get on to the fun part, where everything you touch turns to gold. You're putting homes in escrow left and right. Aaron Rawls has $300,000 of commissions in escrow right now. Got like 14 homes in escrow. He's on fire. Do not participate in the recession of the mind.
That's good.
Write it down.
That's good.
Are you participating in the recession? Proximity is powerful. Proximity will change your life. He wrote here, I'm gonna find it in my notes. This is really good. It's further on, but I'll get to it. It's really good. He goes, put yourself in places with people who inspire you to see more and to see more before. Like when I saw EXP, I saw something more. And I saw it before a lot of people. A lot of people saw it and they go, no, thank you, no, thank you. I'm like, I gotta try. Are you a person who's willing to fail? I am. The key here, there was a Michael Jordan quote. See if I can find it. It was the first speaker before John Maxwell. There it is. And he wrote right here. He goes, I have failed over and over and over again. And that's why I succeed. And that was Michael Jordan. I have failed over and over and over and over again. And that's why I succeed. That was Michael Jordan's #1 key salient point for his life and for your life. Here's why you live a life of quiet desperation. You refuse to fail. Your dream isn't big enough. Go look at some model homes. Doesn't mean you worship it, but it's okay to be excited. It's okay to want to graduate from college, get a diploma, be hired to be a productive member of society. You know, it's okay to want to be out of debt. It's okay to save up $10,000 or $50,000. Now, if that's like everything to you, that's not okay. I mean, I have 5 priorities in my life. You don't have to have mine, but mine is God. If you're a believer, that should be your first one. If you're agnostic or atheist, fine, pull it off the table. But I don't expect you to put it there, but I'm not. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. I put God first, then I put my wife second. It's family second. Family is the second one, but I actually have a priority there. I did not marry my kids. I married my wife, and then we had kids. You see couples, they're completely focused on the kids. The kids leave, they get divorced.
Yeah.
Well, we just grew apart. That's because you made the kids your complete and total focus. I can tell you what, my kids know that Kathy and I are madly in love with each other. Well, our kids, they see us go on dates all the time. We go on getaways all the time. We've done it for 35 years. In good times and in bad, for better and for worse, for richer and for poor. We've done date night at Taco Bell. We've had tacos, 99-cent tacos, and sat in the parking lot with the other stoners. This is great. It's as meaningful as Sienna's or root beers. Right? How do you spell love? T-I-M-E. How do your kids spell it? T-I-M-E. It's not what you give them. It's the time you spend with them. It's just playing catch. It's dad and I chipping in the backyard in the broom cans. I am an awesome chipper today. You know why? His dad kept saying, hey, son, you want to go chip? Because he loved golf and I go chip with him. I'm a really good chipper. All my buddies are jealous of my chipping ability. Why? Because my dad spent time with me as a kid. We just after dinner, we go in the backyard, 2 broom kits, just chip back and forth, back and forth. And give me good hand-eye coordination.
Hmm.
Why am I so good looking? I have no idea. No, ignore me. I'm just kidding. All right. So this Johnny guy too, he said one of my favorite quotes. He goes, the future belongs to the bold. Or how about this one? I re-say it. It's actually not the quote. Fortune favors the bold.
That's good. I like that one.
It doesn't mean you have to be a billionaire or a multimillionaire, but let me tell you what, you do not have to live the way you're living. And you are capable and you are empowered to do something about it. Will you? I don't know. But you can do, if Chris O'Cookamero could do 30 out open houses in 30 days, so can you. Well, who would I call? Figure it out.
Yeah.
Desperate people get stuff done. Maybe you're just not desperate enough.
Yeah.
And then my favorite saying, mama's got to go cave woman.
What?
Daddy's got to go caveman. When's the
Never
last time you went cave?
heard that?
When's the last time you grabbed a club and walked outside and said, okay, let's get it on?
Every
And you
day.
go whack something over the head, drag it home and feed your family. And I'm not saying to whack our clients. It's not, it was an analogy, right? Yes. I know. You were okay with that. I could see, I could see you in a cave woman outfit with little spots on you right now at a big club. But here's the deal. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Challenge yourself. Do a little bit more today than you did yesterday. I can't tell how many times, okay, when I make 10 more calls, I'll go grab dinner at McCooney's and go catch a movie. When I get all my tasks done, we're gonna go to Top Golf and go goof off for an hour and hit some golf balls. When I get all this done, I'm gonna run home and throw the kids in the pool and fire up the barbecue and do this. But I've made myself get stuff done first. And if you're working 7 days a week, you're working too much. It's a lack of faith. Work 6. And if you want to work 5 or 4 or 5, but don't work 7 days a week, that's a lack of faith on your part that God will provide for you.
Hell yeah.
I'll say this, John also was talking about planning and how we tend to run in 90-day intervals. God, it's good to have a year plan, but what we can really see is the next 90 days, 90 days in front of us. So I wrote this down. I want to challenge you today. You want to leave every meeting and do some action. So I'm going to give you an action step. You ready?
Yeah.
Write out what your life looks like in 30 days. Like, what did you achieve in the next 30 days? Well, I started a weight loss program. I bought a plot and I'm writing my book. I wrote 5 chapters on my plot 3 weeks ago, gave it to my publisher. Plot, it looks like a credit card. You hold it down. It translates everything I said in any language. It summarizes everything I said. It gives key salient points. It's just some technology. It looks like a credit card. You hold a button there. I know nothing more than that. And I gave it to my publisher. He's like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he's John Maxwell's publisher, John Maxwell's editor. There's all kinds of tech tools. He knew, he's seen a lot. He goes, I really like this. Yeah, you're welcome to use my technology if you'd like. I know nothing about it. I just held the button down and did the books. And so, but do the next 30 days. What will you achieve? What will you do? Will you wash your car and detail it? Will you mow the lawn finally? I was at David's house. How tall was your lawn yesterday morning? And how tall was it last night when we came over? Yeah, it looked great. How do you feel after you mowed the lawn?
Oh, good. It looked pretty, and I knew that you guys would enjoy the atmosphere.
It creates endorphins. When you go to the gym, endorphins. When you do the open house, because you said you do the open house at the hours, endorphins. When you drive home from a long day of showing property, you feel good about yourself. I did what it said it was going to do. You get some self-belief, some self-credibility. How about the next 60 days? Write down 30, 60 days. Just dream a little. 90 days. Sam, what will your life look like in 90 days, baby? Write it out. Dream a little. How much will be in the bank? What credit card are you going to pay off? Like, well, I didn't write that down. Well, maybe you should. I was in Hawaii, and this cute Hawaiian woman from Hilo, which is the other side of Kona, she was there with her son. And she's showing me the video. Look at my son. He worked really hard. He just turned 16 like 2 days before. And they went out. He'd saved his money mowing lawns in Hilo, collecting aluminum cans, whatever you got to do. And he bought a bright red sports car. It was like a Toyota Supra, Toyota Scion, or I don't know the brand, but it was really cool in a black racing stripe up the front. It was like a dream car. Where my first car was a 1966 Plymouth Fury, baby. And I didn't want anybody to see me in it, you know, cream colored, and like it was your grandma's and grandparents' car, which is exactly who I got it from. Grandma Clarice and Grandpa Earl. And if you could see an old, it was square, right? And it's cream colored square. And I'm going to Sierra College, and that's a real head turner. And it's called Humble. Humble's a good place to be. And so, but this kid, he was so excited. He worked so hard for it. Gets the car, and all of a sudden he realizes, he goes, Mom, come here. She thought something wrong. She comes running up to, he's still living at home. He's 16. He goes, look at this. He walks up, and on his dresser in the far corner was that exact car. It had been there for years.
Oh.
3 years since he was 13. He didn't even connect the dots. Not only was it similar, it was the exact car.
That's awesome.
When's the last time, like, when they put satellites in the sky and created, is it Starlink?
Yeah.
I guarantee you they modeled it out first on computers. They might have even scaled it out. The Apollo 13, they made a model of it. It looked like this, a tiny one. Then they made bigger models. Then they created simulators. So tell me about your model. What model do you have for your life? What simulator do you have for your life? What pictures were super visual? When I was single, I had pictures of families with kids playing on the beach. Guess what I've done? I got 8 kids and we play on the beach. I have pictures of stuff that was important to me, mainly people smiling, because it meant love.
Aw.
It meant acceptance. It meant family. It meant community. You know, sure, I like a nice home like anybody else, and a nice car and stuff like that, and travel. And I have pictures of Kanapali Golf Course in Maui. Played that a bunch, and we're going to Paris tomorrow morning. We leave at 6:30 for Paris. We bonded in Rome and stuff like that. But good for you. What about you? Did you like, what do I want out of life? What's it look like? When's the last time you said, this is the plan for the next 3 years? It's gonna get done. If I have to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning, it's getting done. I will fight, scrap, crawl. When you approach your life like that, you will not suffer in real estate. How about 6 months? Write it down, 6 months. Draw out your group in 6 months. How about 1 year? What does your life look like 1 year from now? Start 30, 60, 90, 6 months, 1 year. How about 2 years from now? How about 3 years from now? It's going to get weird. How about 5 years from now? You'd be shocked if you start the next 30 days, go 60, 90, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 3 years, and then 5 years. And the next, did you know in 2010, 15 years ago, my family spent Christmas at the 99-cent store because that's all we had money for. We had, at the time, we had 5 children, give each one a $20 bill. They could buy 20 presents because they're 99 cents each. I gave Kathy a 20 and I had a 20. And we did, a family of 7 in Roseville did Christmas for $140. That's where we were just 15 years ago. Totally busted. Not poor, broke. Broke's temporary, poor's a state of mind.
We love it.
Write that one down.
That's a good
Are
one.
you broke? Or are you poor? Or maybe you're not broke. Sometimes you have it's so good for you that you can't get motivated to go do 30 homes in 30 days. God gave me the gift of desperation. I still feel desperate to make a difference. That's what I feel today. I did the money, you know, we're blessed. It's been great. And I got some stuff to share with you there, but let's go past. How about 10 years from now? How about 25 years from now? Who here in Northern California is doing their 10 and 25 year written plan right now? I'll tell you who, nobody but the people in this room. Proximity will change your life. If I challenge you, your marching orders today is to go to Barnes and Noble with a cup of coffee. And I will drink half of this. I'll give you another half if you want it. But a cup of coffee and a yellow notepad. And then scribble. And then it turns into beautiful things. This was scribble. And then look what my team did with Michael Hudson. This is scribble on a notepad. But then people fix things. I want you to just dream up your life. You know who's thinking about what their life looks like? Exactly what it looks like 25 years from now? Very few people. I bet you the amount of people who do that today in Northern California, and there are millions, is less than 25 people. Out of this room, honestly, probably 5 or 10 of you will do it. That's it. I wish you'd all do it, but you're going to get busy. You're going to get, write this down. You're going to get busy with the tyranny of the urgent. Write it down. Isn't that true?
Oh, yeah.
The tyranny of the urgent. What really needs to happen today? Do that. But I got this. It'll work itself out. You keep putting out fires. You're a firewoman. You're a fireman. I know these things are important, but what really needs to get done? Like, what's the one thing that'll move the needle? How about this? After you do the 25 years, and we'll end with this. 100 years from now, you'll live. AI, baby. The health advances, what they're learning about the human body. If it's, you'll be shocked. You guys are all young. Every one of you could live for another 100 years past this date, except for maybe me and Pops. But we're a little further down the road, Dad. But these, you young bucks, right? With AI, what they're going to do and be able to head off, you'll be able to lay on your bed. It'll tell you, your bed will tell you everything that's going on with your vitals. It'll be early detection of cancer, your prostate, your liver, all kinds of stuff. Your veins, whether you're at risk to have a aneurysm. It's going to be amazing. You know, everyone's like all afraid about AI. Well, if you're an atheist or an agnostic, I could understand that. But I believe in God. I believe God's bigger than I. God gave us the brains, the great machines to do AI, but AI will never be God. The galaxies that go on for infinity, like in the colors and what's going on and the design of a leaf and the microorganisms and the hand, and you could say, move my thumb, move this finger, move the pinky. I mean, to be able to give commands and your body does exactly what it's not an accident. People, well, we just kind of came out of mud and we were able to do all this. Good for you. Anyways, here's the deal. Believing in that takes faith. And believing in God takes faith. And I just happen to believe there's good and there's evil, there's love and there's anger, there's light and there's darkness, and there's no fence. You're in one camp or the other. And believing in, what's the word? Evolution. It's like taking this watch off, putting it in parts, putting it in this empty cup, shaking it, driving down the road at 60 miles an hour, throwing it out the window into a field, and then over time and time again, and millennial, all the parts come back together, reform this watch and start ticking. It takes as much faith. And so I just choose to believe. And you don't have to see gravity to know it's real. I get it. You can't always see it. I'll move on. But is this good? So what's your 100-year plan? What's your family look like in 100 years? What's your family's legacy? Who are you? What are you about? How are you going to touch the world? Mother Teresa touched the world. Martin Luther King touched the world. Walt Disney in his own weird little mousy way touched the world. Like everyone with kids, it's got to go to his way. But how are you going to? Well, it's just me. I can't. You know what? You won't. I say you can. I say you're incredible. I say you've been endowed with the seeds of greatness. I say you've been created in the image of God. I say you can do amazing things. Ask you a question. Ready? Write this down. Write it down. What world is your mind letting you live in? Think about that. What world is your mind letting you live in? See, you will either, your mind is meant to serve you, or you will serve your mind. You are meant to rule your emotions and let them propel you forward. Be inspired. Do something great. Rule your emotions. Harness your emotions. Let it push you forward. Or your emotions will rule you. Isn't that true? Have you ever been ruled by your emotions? I get so mad. I did it. I can't believe I did this. Why did I do it? Because you were ruled by your emotions. You weren't ruling your emotions. You want to be a thermostat, not a thermometer. Immature people, weak people go up and down with their environment. That's why the Bible says don't hang out with a man who's easily angered. lest you learn his ways and become like him or she. Very dangerous. I really want to challenge a lot of you in this room, me included. We just came through a political season. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. You let it kind of get to you. People are keying Teslas, they're yelling, there's two sides. It's very intense. But I think if Jesus walked in this room, he'd be like, all about love, baby. All about love. And just whether you believe in faith or not, how many believe in love and caring for people and giving someone food and water and shelter? I know this 12-year-old little girl went up to one of the presidents of the United States back in the 80s. And she said to him, I want you to know, right in front of her parents, they were talking. He says, well, what are you going to do with your life? And she stepped up. She goes, I want you to know, I'll be president of the United States someday. He's like, wow, that is awesome. She was absolutely going to do it. She knew her, and she was serious. Her parents were beaming. And he goes, well, really? Well, if you were president, what would you do? She says, well, I'd feed people and I'd clothe people and I'd give them a place to live. And her parents are just beaming. He goes, wow, that is beautiful. And he goes, well, hey, you don't have to wait till you're president. You can do that right now. She goes, what do you mean? He goes, come over to my house. My wife and I will let you cut the lawn, break up some leaves, do some yard work, and I'll pay you $50. And then we can go down to these homeless camps and we can go buy people some food. We can purchase some clothes from the Salvation Army, Goodwill, and give them some coats and some stuff. And we might even be able to give them a room for $19. But we can feed, clothes, and do people now. Once you come out this weekend and work, and we'll take that $50 you made and we'll go do this. And she thought about it. She goes, well, why didn't the homeless person do that? Right? It's like, why do I have to go do all that?
She will be president.
And her parents forgive me. And he goes, welcome to the Republican Party. Pretty funny. I was wrong with Reagan. I'm sorry. Yep. Oh, yeah, I saw that today. All right, moving on. But so your homework assignment, should you accept it, is what does the next 30 days look like? I can't tell you how important it is. 60 days, 90 days. Here's my 60-day plan right there. I got it with me. Everything I'm going to do in the next 60 days. I wrote a lot more stuff. This is the stuff I picked that has to happen, going to happen. Yesterday, I made a small list of stuff I was going to do yesterday. I got every single item done. Super focused. Are you a flashlight? Are you just strike a match and you fire up and then you fizzle out? Flashlight, it'll last longer. Some Duracell bodies, copper top. Or are you a laser? Fire that thing, come back here tonight. We can shoot a laser all the way through the parking lot, all the way across. We can hit the new senior living center zone. We'll put a red light on the building over there. It's focused condensed light. That's all laser is. And then if we want to go a step further, we can further focus that light and make it an industrial laser. And you can just literally take it and go, and it'll cut through the steel beams right here, slice through them like butter.
Got my light.
So let me ask you, are you guilty of being a flashlight? Anybody remember being a 8, 9, 10, 11 years old? Ever remember having your buddy over, or a few buddies, or girls over, guys and pizza, and maybe your parents let you have a tent, or you made a fort, you slipped out the fort, but what'd you have out there? A flashlight. And you hear a leaf twig, and you're like, you shoot the flashlight over there, you tell scary stories, and you see the parents look out and see that flashlight all bobbling around the tent or the tree fort or whatever. Did you remember that? Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
Flashlights are great, you guys, when you're a kid. You're not a kid anymore. Whose life is depending upon your actions? Right? There's an amazing woman right there who loved me and cared for me when I was in pain. I'll never forget that. 2010, when Kathy and I were separated after spending Christmas at the 99 cent store. I remember pulling my car over and bawling like a baby, and Marguerite's just trying to. And she was a competitor in another real estate brokerage. I'll never forget her. Who's never going to forget you? Who'd you show up at 3 o'clock in the morning at the hospital? It's a little heavy, I'm sorry. They've been dealing with this for 45 minutes.
I just walked into, I don't know what I walked into.
Okay, I love you too. So, do this, the 30, 60, 90, 6 month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, spend 3 or 4 hours. Nobody does it. If you do this today, you'll probably be the only person in San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento, Roseville. I mean, to go all the way to 100 years, 1 or 2 of you in this room. I wish you'd all do it, but the tyranny of the urgent is going to bite you in the butt. Right? You're going to get busy. Okay, we're going to move on. I have a lot more to say. I want to do this with you. I want to switch gears a little bit in my last 10 minutes. I believe we have about 10 minutes
Okay.
here. Yeah. Okay, you had enough? I want to role play with you a little bit. I want to do some role playing. So Cindy, since you spoke up, we'll start with you. And what does a typical agent do when they, you guys ever show property? You ever show property? Does anyone ever call the listing agent and go, hey, I'm coming out to show your house in Newcastle today at 4 o'clock? Just want to ask you a question. Buyer's agent to the listing agent. What does the buyer's agent typically ask the listing agent if they're going out to show property at 4 o'clock today?
I don't know, I call and say, if I want to do a great offer today, what's the seller looking for? Let's. do it."
That's actually really good. That's a very intelligent thing to
Do you
do.
have any offers?
Here's what the usually they'll do is, hey, my client loves this property. What's happening on the property? Do they say that? And then do you have any offers? Is that what they would say?
Yeah.
You're thinking like you're thinking like
You
you.
want me-
I need you to dumb it down and
Okay.
be and be a normal agent. That she said was brilliant. She's jumping ahead a little bit. But they say, do you have any offers? And what does the listing agents typically say these days?
No.
No, I got no offers. So have you guys ever heard that? Have you ever heard this? I've heard this plenty. I got an offer from this JJ Mac, Compass Yahoo, this Remax agent, or whoever sent you from this JJ Mac guy. He offered me 100,000. We got lowball. We got a cat. We got lowball. Has anyone ever heard that from
Yes.
the agent? I've heard a
Yeah.
bunch. So I was new. I'd say, Cindy, great news. There's no offers on the property. I'm thinking this is great because who wants to be in a multiple offer bidding wars? I hated that when I was new. I love it. It's my favorite thing. If I'm in a multiple offer situation, I get the house every time. It's the best thing in the world. It's like automatic paycheck. You want to be in multiple offers, and I'll explain why in a second. But I was so good. I tell Cindy, and then she goes, "There's no offers," and she was very excited. She found it on Realtor.com or Zillow, and then if someone says, "Yeah, there's absolutely no offers on this property," what do you think is the buyer next? What are you thinking next?
What's wrong with the?
What's wrong with it? Like, why not? There should be offers. Like, okay, whoa, I'm getting way worked up over this over nothing. Oh, power lines,
Yeah.
new apartment complex. So they're building a Costco across the street. I'm gonna be looking at a parking lot, not a field with little birds flying in from Canada. Where the geese are landing, that's so beautiful that you love, that's gonna be a Costco parking. And they start looking with what's wrong. Right? Or worse, they tell me I literally remember this one. Oh yeah, I had some stupid Lions agent wrote me an offer for 100. Can you believe that? 100. I said, well, they didn't get an offer, but it was 100,000 less. I guess it was like a week ago. 100,000 less. And I'm new. I'm just repeating what I was told by listing agent. And then you're like going, wow, this must be a dump, right? I mean, this is what wow. Oh, my plug, by the way. There it is. That's how I wrap my book. Little plug, little tuck. It was in my pocket. And so here's how I recommend you answer that question. Ask me if 102 Main Street's available. I have no offers on it. Go ask me if it's available.
I'm getting ready to show 102 Main Street. Is it available?
I have no offers, right? Yes, it is, but barely. Do you answer? Is that what you say when you have a listing? Yes, but barely. So what's she gonna say? I go, oh, yeah, it is, but barely. I don't say anything else. What's your next? What do you do next? Think like a normal agent, not like you.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I guess I would say.
You would
So what
say,
does barely?
there it is. I'm putting you on the spot. What do you mean by barely? Right? And I'd say, well, it's almost 11. And I have someone coming today at 4 o'clock from San Jose. This is $800,000, quarter acre with the pool and a 3-car garage, and it is a 10 out of 10. This is an absolute cookie. This is what's the right word I'm trying to use?
Slam dunk.
Yeah, it's a shiny penny. It's an old fashioned thing. That's what I was trying to say. It's a shiny penny. This is like a craftsman style home. Every inch of this house was flawless. Let me ask you a question. What can you buy in San Jose for $800,000 right now? Absolutely nothing. Now, when they come in today at 4 o'clock to see my property, what do you think they're gonna think, Sandy? This is how I talk to agents. When you get a listing, you need to talk to agents like this. I got nothing. I don't have a single offer. I got her and I have one showing, but it's available, but barely. But am I not correct? So I go, what are they gonna think when they see it? You do? So do I. That's why I told you barely. So here's what you do. You were gonna come tonight at 6. Here's what you need to do. I say to people all the time, you need to call your client, have them get off work. This is an absolute emergency. Because this home is their dream home. I'm telling you right now, they're the first person that's gonna buy it. This is an emergency. I tell buyers to call their clients and say, get off work now, it's an emergency. I do it all the time because I'm creating what?
Urgency.
A sense of urgency. That's why I sell my listings like this. I'm not an order taker waiting for the offer to come. I create them. And so she goes, okay, I'll call him. Can you get off work? He's got a Bay Area coming at 4. He says they'll go full price or over. He said, now listen to me, if you go show it at lunch on the lunch break or 1 or 2, and you write me an offer immediately and it's full price, I'll present it within 1 minute. And I will get you an acceptance over the phone and I will mark it pending off of verbal. Do you guys do this stuff? You should encourage them. If you met someone like me and I says, you write me a full price offer, a solid one, I'll present it within 1 minute of getting. I will call my client. Here's this. That's full price. It closes in 12 days. They're using some platinum specials from JJ Mack, God of Lending, whatever over here. I've never seen this. There's no loan contingency. It's incredible. They have a 5-day appraisal contingency and they're doing 3 days for the inspection. In fact, they even called me, told me they already took the liberty of ordering the home inspector. He'll be there. Today's Thursday. He'll be there Saturday morning. It's already booked. I like this gal, Cindy. She's a go-getter. Nobody ever books the home inspection before they're in escrow. She's already got it booked. She knows she's getting it done. And I said, so here's the deal. I call them and tell them, and they go, yeah, we'll take it. I go, DocuSign's just a thing. I will mark it pending. I go, do I have your permission to mark that property pending? Well, no, we need a sign. Get out of the way of the sale. He said I'm marking it pending. How many of you want me? Am I encouraging her to write a full price offer and get it done? She's like, he said, we do this. Okay, do it. You with me?
Yeah.
And then we get DocuSign done. Well, did they ever back? No, like rarely, hardly ever. I can't even think of a time. Now, let's say I don't have a new one coming at 4 o'clock, but it's been on the market for 2 or 3 weeks. Did that ever happen?
Yeah.
And let's say, ask me if it's available. Just say, is it available?
Is it available?
Yes, but barely.
What do you mean by barely?
Now she's role playing better now.
Alright.
I know she's trying to be like, give me the fancy answers, what she would do. I go, well, I had an agent come by twice last weekend and they're coming back again tonight with the general contractor. Do you hold on to that information?
Oh,
And I said, Cindy, let me ask you a question. If I have a buyer coming back to the property 3 times, you think they're serious about the property? I asked that to the buyer's agent. I go, I'll be shocked if I don't have a full price offer tonight. So you got hours. What time is it? It's 11. Well, contractor's gonna be there at 1. If they write the offer at 2, you just got hours. Is there any way to get your client to get off work? Well, they don't work today. Good. Run to the property, call me from the property, tell me you're writing a full price offer, and I'll hold off on them rather than just accepting their offer. I know they're gonna make an offer. But of course, I'm positive they're coming back a second or a third time. How about you guys? You guys go back to properties for a second time that you're not serious about? There you go. You gotta talk to people like this. It's so, yeah. And now let's say I don't have anyone spend back twice. I don't have a Bay Area buyer coming. Ask me if it's available.
is it still available?
No, new property. We don't, no, new property.
Oh.
Is Champagne Circle available?
Champagne.
Made up a new property just for you.
Thank you. Is Champagne Circle available?
Yes, but barely. I say the same thing on every single listing. This time I have no one spend twice. I have no barrier buyer. Yes, but barely.
What do you mean by barely?
I go, well, I'm doing an open house Saturday and Sunday. I've been getting all kinds of agents calling me, 2 or 3, but that's enough, right? And I'll be shocked if I don't have a full price offer by Sunday night. So, I mean, if you want to get in a bidding war, wait till tomorrow. It's Friday, it's 4 o'clock. If there's any way you can show it tonight, and if you write tonight and you write full
I'll
price,
take off.
I will mark it pending tonight and we'll wax everybody for the weekend. How do you talk to the buyer's agents? How would you like it? If you say, right now, present your offer. I'm not waiting till Monday night. I hate that, right?
Yeah,
I tell them,
do
you
it.
right, I'm in.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, so she goes and sees the property. It's Friday night. I got open houses tomorrow from 10 to 6. Sunday from 10 to 6. I got 2 8-hour open houses. I've advertised the heck out of it. We're gonna pound. I got JJ Mack there at the open house. Prequel. Am I ready? And she runs over there and they hate it. So I call them, right? Usually they don't call you if they hate it, right? I go, hey, what'd you think? Tell me they hated it.
Gosh, I hate to tell you, they did not like it. They hated it.
Oh, really? I go, what's 900,000? What did they not like about it?
Oh, the master bedroom was small. That yard, the backyard just,
A
yeah,
little small,
yeah.
a little
Just like
pricey.
for
What?
that
Let me-
little price.
Let me ask you a question. What do you've been out showing property in this price range? What do you think it would sell for? This is good feedback to give your client. What do you think? You've been looking at homes. What do you think it'll actually sell for? Sounds like you may be thinking 900 is a little high. What do you think? Okay, so I write down Cindy Litzinger, vicious EXP agent, says property is worth 800,000. I document every single one of them. I'm talking to everyone. What do you think? Oh, I don't know. It's fine. You'll sell it. No. I need honest feedback. If you're in a contest for $1 million is the price, and you had to guess the final sales price, what do you think? And they told me 900 was fine. And they go, well, if you put it like that, 800. There's a big difference between the price is fine. You'll sell it and 800. Do you all agree? So I write down. I have a little notes. I have Century 21, Remax, Keller Williams, Compass, EXP, HomeSmart, and that agent's name. This agent said this. And almost all the agents said 840, except for that low life EXP agent, Cindy Litzinger. I throw one of the last, but of course I'm kidding. But I'll say, if we have 9 agents and one said the price was fine, and we've had this thing shown 25 times and no one's written, and then 4 of them said about 840 and one said 8, I'm thinking 840 is the price. So that'll help you get a feedback. But remember, no one's seen it for a second time. She ran over Friday night to show it. I got nobody coming from the area. And then guess what? She goes, they hated it. I go, let me ask you a question. Would they like it for 800,000? I lower the price. Do you guys lower the price on your listings? You should. Now, I'm not lowering the price. I'm just asking a question. Would they like it for 800,000? Say absolutely not. They didn't like it, right? Tell me no.
Yeah, no,
No. How about 700,000? Tell me no again.
probably not.
How about 600,000? 300,000 off. How about 500,000? How about 500,000? They don't do this at all. Now she's being too hard on me. They go for 600,000. I'd buy the house. That's what they say, right? Are you serious? I go, I don't know. They're pretty motivated. You never know. Once you call your clients and ask them if they do 600, right? I mean, come on, let's be real, right? You with me?
Yeah.
She says, I go, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Don't write me an offer. Just give me a verbal. And they go, yeah, call them. They'll do 7. You sell for 7, do 7. Okay. Call me. What's your name?
I'm Damon.
Ask me if Champagne Circle available.
Is Champagne Circle available?
Yes, but barely.
What do you mean by barely?
I got an offer. Yeah. If we accept that offer, it's gone. Damon, how quick can you get your clients out there?
I can do tomorrow.
Tomorrow, it's gone tomorrow, Damon. That ain't gonna work. This home won't be there tomorrow. Oh, you can do today. all of a sudden. Okay. Gonna skip the Top Golf for the movies. Okay, fine. David, I respect that. So how quick can you get out there? Once you call your clients and let me know. Okay,
They said they could be out there 2 hours.
in 2 hours. So it's 11, be there 1. Okay, so here's the deal. I won't respond to this offer until 2 o'clock. I'm creating a sense of urgency. This is how you sell. I don't wait for offers. I get the offer. Ask me if I have any offers.
Do you have any offers?
Yes. It's a verbal, but it's an offer. It's somewhere to start. By the way, I put those together. I put those verbals, they've come up, sellers have come down. I put those together. It's an offer. It doesn't have to be written. It's an offer. And I just go back and forth. Okay, I'll call my clients. hey, I got an offer, it's 700,000. I know it's so low, they didn't even bother to put it in writing, but this is gonna help us. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm insulted. Who? That's Cindy. Yeah, she's horrible. I go, no, 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 stop it. Alicia, you hired me to sell your house. Here's what I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna have you write a thank you note and send her chocolates and flowers, because this offer is why your home's gonna sell this weekend. This offer is the key to everything. I am so grateful. You have no idea what she just did for us. They're like, well, what did she do for us? I'm gonna get called from 5 or 10 agents this weekend. When they ask me if it's available, I'm gonna say barely, and they're gonna say why, and I go, because I have an offer. Now, what I'm not gonna do is tell them it's 200,000 under. And they go, oh my gosh, she's got an offer. When you're about to lose something, you're like, I gotta have it. You guys with me?
Yeah.
This is how you sell them. Nothing's made up. I got to make an offer, and I go, but in the meantime, what would you do? Forget their 700. What would you do? And they're tough. 900, they're not dropping in. Just go, well, you know, it's funny you mentioned that. Bob and I were just talking. We really want to get to Nashville. We want to get to the Carolinas. We really want to move to Maine. And Bob was talking to his buddy at breakfast this morning about the lobster and having a lobster boat. And we just want out. Tell them we'll do 850. I'm shocked. I've got like 50,000 off on anything when drop. I've gotten $250,000 off on 2.5 and they come in at 2. I've had them drop $250,000 when all this guy would ever do is drop 100. Drop the next 150. Like, what would you do if they do this?
Well, yeah.
And by the way,
I
I'll make
mean,
sure they close in 10
I
minutes, 'cause
definitely
I'm
don't
gonna
wanna wait all the
switch
way
them
till
from
next
their
year.
pathetic Bank of America.
So anything we
JJ
can do.
back, platinum program. What do you call it? Platinum what?
Unapproval.
Platinum approval program. And it's so easy to switch people. I go, your clients need to call JJ or I'm gonna take somebody else's offer. No offense, don't know your B of A loan officer. Sure, they're great, but I'm not willing to do this deal. And if they'll talk to JJ and tell him everything, you got a strong shot. If you don't, I will definitely choose somebody else.
What do you mean?
That easy to
I
switch
wish I
over
would've
your
done
lender.
that.
Super easy. Well, you're a little bossy. You get in bed with somebody's lender. That's a terrible way to say it. You get in escrow with somebody else's lender. And they string you along, week extension, another week extension, 3-week extension. Your client's living in Nashville, the home's empty, and they go, we can't do the loan. A, you're starting over. B, your client's furious. C, the house is empty. Now you gotta get 3,000 staging in there, all because you didn't control the lending process. You
Yeah.
always control the
even-
lending process.
Even
is
without
amazing.
that backdated, like,
Um,
I'm,
so,
I'm
does this
almost
help a little bit?
100%
Yeah.
sure.
I had so much more to share.
Mark's gonna let people
So
out.
what I'm gonna do,
me,
because I'm feeling
you know,
really fired
so
up, is I'm gonna take
I
a
mean, that's just,
5-minute break.
you
And
know,
if you gotta go,
he
go.
already
I
knows
know
my
I'm over. I
situation.
know
He
I'm over, but
knows,
I have
you know, we got
two
long
other
talks.
super
He
powerful
knows, he
role plays to do
knows
with you.
that Miguel
So at
fucked me
about
over
11,
in every
11,
single
11:16,
which way.
we'll start again for those who can. I know a lot of you have other commitments, so totally feel free to go. But if you need to use the restroom and get a cup of coffee, it'll be back here in exactly 5 minutes. Do not be late. We're gonna shut the doors. So you got 5 minutes and you've got to go do your thing. Thank you.
We go pee that like
That's great. I'm trying to answer like an average agent. You can't do it, right?
No. So one of them was a from.
Yes. Yes.
It's his parents.
Hey, man, after watching that, thanks for helping. Yeah.
And then
It's awesome, dude. It's awesome. Do you have your license now? No. Okay. What you gotta do is kind of go. This is probably one of the most intense talks I've ever given. Like a full fire hose. Who do you know here?
This is my mom.
Oh, mom, that's funny. So awesome. I'm proud of you. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Amazing. Get over there.
No,
I not sit in a room like this till I was 30.
Right.
You gotta let it jump on me.
That's not.
You
I
have
got
been
it right now too.
and you
So.
got it. That's good. I think you're gonna do great. I think you're gonna do I'd be happy to coach you to give you some advice. Buying assets and not Jeeps and Civics and time shares, buy appreciating assets and then don't refinance.
Another agent putting a house for my girl one, and then,
Give me set
and
by
then
time
my
30.
social science one. They're no.
Yeah. There you go, there you go. Exactly. I was getting there, I was trying to dancing around, like, I won't talk about golf. Oh, yeah, all right, I see you, brother. You never did that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, and you're gonna give me.
I got 2 minutes.
Oh, did you want to?
Yeah. 5,000. Yeah, Lindsay did. 1.2 million, so probably about 5% rate.
I'm doing another little section, right? I'm gonna do another 10-minute section, you know that.
Oh,
right?
no, I don't.
Yeah, they told me we're starting in 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm not ready to stop. today. I'm going like,
All right.
so the payment came your way.
All together.
With the insurance and everything.
Fire insurance. Why is it so little? It's just in a really good spot.
Oh,
You got a little patch with fire.
Send me, you text, you copy and paste that? Thank you.
You got it.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna be anything else. All right.
Okay.
I just got homework insurance in Auburn, 5 acres.
How are you, my friend?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I walked in and like.
Yeah,
It's
they-
a year? It's a house,
$829 a year on 5 acres.
for a house on 5 acres?
$829 a year. Ask JJ, his guy's awesome. He
Is there a
goes,
house?
yeah, oh, you wanna see it? It's amazing. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna buy it today. This is an investment property.
Okay, all
You
right,
guys wanna see it? It's cool.
okay, okay.
Let's see.
I don't even, that's not even on my.
Listen, yeah, lose your little house.
Because you are.
Here,
It'd
man.
only be $800.
$829 a year on 5 acres.
Way.
$829 a year.
What
And he said it's because of where it is in Auburn. You don't see oak trees all around it. It's a really flat area. It's not in the actual, it's the lower part by Newcastle.
There's like 4 or 5 grand.
And look at that, the home's 4,500 square feet. It's on 6 acres, or there it is, 5.1 acres for $820 a year. Look at this thing, it's just beautiful.
Need work or something?
Yeah. Look at that, look at the front porch, the view of the pond and all that. 4,500 square feet, what a deal.
That is beautiful.
All right, it's a little investment property.
That's awesome.
So it's 4,500 square feet up in Auburn. But the insurance, look at the little porch shot, ready? Right here, looking over the pond.
So cute.
So it's got a 3-car garage. It's Airbnb.
Oh, Airbnb.
Yeah, we'll get like 14,000 a month for it because you do insurance companies. They put people get let out, they put them in a hotel room, they need 2 rooms. At like 250 a night, it's 500 a day. Times 10 is how much? $5,000 for 10 days.
Yep.
Times 20 days is 10,000. Times 30 days, they pay 15 to 20,000 a month. It's hard to even get a place because they have to give them a nice place if they live in a nice area. So they're renting these things for 14,000 a month. Insurance
Airbnb
companies, 14,000 a month is the rent for that house. Nope.
Awesome.
If people have no idea, I'll help you later. We'll do it later. Yeah. A friend of mine rented their 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. It's really nice with the pool in West Roseville. They're fenced back up to Antelope. 14,000 a month. 3,500 square feet. People are paying 14,000 a month for rent. You better buy a house and share that story. This is how you sell homes. I have a friend, if they're renting, rents are going to explode, skyrocket. There's a housing crisis. There's not enough places for people to live. And people are paying more and more and more. And it only goes up. Once your payment, the payment on this is $6,300 a month for 30 years. You know what rents will be in 10 or 20 years? Our summer intern, a lot more now, right? I mean, you could rent a home. I rented a home years ago, like 20 years ago. It was a beautiful home for $1,200 a month. And can you rent a home for $1,200 a month? You can't get any. You can barely get a room in an apartment for $1,200 a month. And guess what? If I did sell the house, but if I still had it, the payment would still be $1,200 a month. The rent for that house would probably be, without the insurance thing, it's normal rent, $3,500 a month, all day, every day. But people don't know about this insurance thing. And so you go to the insurance company, yeah. Right, bring it. Whoa. Yeah, okay.
I'm on a book sign journey.
That's awesome.
Look, I had Pastor Francis from the South.
Oh, that's so
Saw
awesome.
him this morning at the Jessup.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're.
What's the date today? How you doing, man?
Good boss.
I'm going crazy today, Steve. Okay, guys, we're gonna get started. Get some good fuel.
Oh, yeah.
I gave them extra time. Okay. So we are gonna go, let's see, Sam, I'm gonna use Sam. Sam's newer to real estate. How long have you had your license now? A couple years?
Yeah, about 5 years.
Oh, it's been 5 years already? Time flies. So 5 years. And so Sam, if in real estate, if someone writes an offer and he's presented to the seller either accepts that offer or they do what?
Counters them.
They counter the offer, right? You either accept it, counter, or they rip it up and scream and swear at you and say it was a trashy offer, right? And write a better offer. But typically they accept it or they usually counter the offer, correct?
Or reject.
So when the seller does counter offer number one and you get a counter back, let's say you get the counter, our newest soon to be real licensed agent. Is it? Damon.
Like Matt.
Matt, like Matt Damon. Okay, like Matt Damon. I like that. Damon like Matt Damon. I'm Brent like nobody. Now, so Sam sends you a counter. You get the counter offer, you wrote the offer, Sam gives you a counter, says, no, we're not doing 800,000, it's 900,000. We'll go 880. We'll drop 20 grand. So you get this counter of 880 and everything in other terms. Now, I don't expect you to know the answer, but your client will either A, accept that 880, or B, what would you do if the 880 was too much? The buyer wasn't willing to pay 880. What would your buyer possibly do?
I don't know.
They counter them. Yeah. And they counter them and they say, look, we want to do 880. We offered 8. You offered 8. He's at 9. He dropped it 20,880. Your buyer goes, well, we're willing to pay X. Let's make up a number. Doesn't matter. What's your buyer willing to pay? 860. Wow. Buyer came up 60 grand. So you put on their counter number 2, purchase price to be 860. You send it back to Sam. Sam's, yes, back and forth like a game of tennis. Here comes counter number 2 back to you. At 860, your turn, Sam. Sam's gonna either accept that, or what are you gonna do, Sam?
Counter 870 has it.
So he's in the middle. It was 880, 860. Now you're meeting in the middle. 870. We'll split the difference, 870, but it's as is. So now you get counter offer number 3 to you, 870 as is. Let's say 870 is acceptable to your clients. They're not willing to buy as is. They want to inspect it. If it's a bad foundation or roof, they're like, oh, we're not comfortable doing that. So you do counter offer number 4, and it says buyers agree to pay. You're smart. You write something positive. Buyers agree to pay $870,000 as the purchase price for this home. You don't need to do that at all, but I like to, right? Make you feel like the seller got something instead of just saying, we won't do as is. Here you go. Right? You're smart. You're always selling.
Yeah.
And then, but in there, your second line, buyers, do not agree. I don't say will not buy it as is. I don't even say that. I said buyers do not agree to line item 2 of counter offer number 3, which is the as is line, right? I don't reference it. I don't want to say we don't agree to as is. I just say we don't agree to line 3. That's not still line 3. I just say buyers want to do a home inspection and make sure they understand what they're buying. That's all. And I tell them, hey, look, we don't plan on asking for anything, but they're scared to death. They never spent $870,000, a big purchase. And if you do this, it's really like throwing cold water on, we're going to lose the deal. They just let them do a quick home inspection. And as long as the roof isn't bad and the foundation's not bad, I mean, look how beautiful this house is. I'm sure none of those things, it'll be fine. And then you go, Sam, what are you going to do? You going to take the deal or not? Take the deal. You took the deal, 870, but it's not as is. So how many counter offers did we do?
3.
4. That was the 4th one. Boom, 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 boom. 4. Sometimes there'll be a 5th counter. Okay, we'll give up as is, but we're going back up to 875. You see weird stuff. Oh, we forgot we want the TV in the garage. It's mounted to the garage in the barn. Well, actually you can keep TVs. They're not, but let's say something else. They have a sub-zero fridge in the barn, and they want to make sure they're taking it with them. We forgot to write that in the counter. Sellers Always clarify things. Sellers will take the tractor in the barn in case they thought it went with the property. You want to find out, they just assume it would go with the property because it's 5 acres. And just kill it with clarity, and they're taking the fridge in the barn and the one in the garage and this. So here is something really important that nobody ever does that will change your life forever. Yes, Christy.
Okay, I was writing notes when you were talking, so I missed, do you put on the counter, the buyer wants to do the inspections after you have the line about we don't agree with line 4? Do you write buyer wants
You
to still
can
doing?
just put buyers don't agree to line 2 of counter offer number 3. That's it.
Can I add
Okay.
something
And
there?
then it's up to them to go read that.
Okay, so you don't put the
You
inspections
don't
on
need
the
to say
counter?
inspections.
Oh,
You
okay.
got them. It's in your.
Right, it's in
They
there.
never counted it out. They just said as is. He
Right,
didn't get, your original purchase contract says you get an inspection and 5 days for an appraisal and 3 days for an inspection, no loan to. That's
right.
all there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You don't need to do it. Yes.
I just normally, if you're worried about the seller because they came down in price and they don't want nickel and diming. So if you add in the verbiage, no further price reductions, credits or repairs to be completed by seller, that gives them the
Some assurance.
Well,
insurance.
that's good.
You guys hear that?
Which you could always do, but you're agreeing that you're not gonna nickel and dime.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Now,
actually
what do you
good
do?
coverage.
What do you do when you do the home inspection? You find out there's a $8,800 bad central heat and air system. It's on recall. The heater's been catching on fire and burning homes down in the attic. Now you got a problem. He said there'll be nothing else. So here's how I handle that. Let's say I had seized his verbiage to him and I said, no further repairs, no requests, nothing. We're buying this house. And then, but I do have an inspection in my thing and we find out it's on recall, it's $8,800, and just what, we don't have $8,800. So how would you handle that? Just, and you know, so here's how I handle it. David, Brent, how you doing? Okay, good. I wish I had good news for you. I have really bad news. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? I go, we gotta cancel the sale. Whoa, what do you mean you gotta cancel the sale? I did the Lou Gehrig's ice bucket challenge. Nobody wants to hear that when you're an escrow listing agent.
Because we said we.
I go, we said we buy it as is, we meant it, but remember I told you we're gonna inspect, make sure there's something not like ground zero wrong. We go, we got a big one. The heating and air, and I've had it, we call 3 heating and air companies. We've had it verified. The home inspector found it is on recall for being a complete and total fire hazard. It's past the time to get a new one. And I guess your homeowners were never aware of it, but those things have been catching on fire and burning homes down. My buyer's scared to death. So we have to cancel. That's all I say, we have to cancel. Now, usually a good savvy listing agent like David would probably say,
Wait, hold
what
on.
would you say to me?
Well, let me run it by the seller and we can see what we can talk about.
There you go. Call seller. Now I call my seller. I go, hey, Steve, bad news, we're losing the deal. Whoa, I got my house in Durango, Colorado. I know it's gonna cost you that house too. So they're canceling. We're gonna have to put it back on the market, but now we have to tell them what we know. But we're gonna say the home has a central heating air system. It's on a recall. It's a fire hazard. And that's gonna be harder for us to sell the home. Who wants to buy a home where the heater's known to burn down the house? Anybody wanna buy that house? And we found out there's a bad roof. And it's the quotes were 19,000, 17,000, and we got one roofing company, they'll do it for 12, 30-year comp roof, but it's $12,000. So we have to say bad heat and a bad roof. I go, the sales price is going to be affected dramatically. Here's what I'm going to recommend you do. They did not ask for anything because they said they're just canceling. I recommend strongly we quickly go back to them and say we will have a brand new heating and air system installed. I get a company that will do it, bill escrow. And they'll pay you, when we close, you pay maybe $800 out of proceeds. And I've sent my roofer 100 jobs because I have my roofer, I have my painter. My painters walk around the building right now and they will paint homes for free. They will re-roof homes for free. I've had title record and hand people the keys where they didn't have the money because I sent them so many title policies. That doesn't happen. But if you do enough business, it can happen. And so guess what? So I'm going to recommend that we put a new roof on for 12 in this. Otherwise, you're going to get 50,000 less on the house, not these little things. And guess what? We close next week and you're going to get your home in Durango. And they go, good, do it, done. And so they come back and say, bro, Brent, hey, if you stay in the deal, we'll put a brand new central heating air system. And you were buying an old one. You're going to get a brand new, and you knew that roof was old. And I know you didn't do anything on purpose, but you're going to get a brand new 30-year comp roof when you stay in the deal. Guess what the buyer says every time? Of course we will. Now, sometimes the listing agent gets pissed. I can't believe you guys are backing out. You're jacking us around. I told you the roof was old. I told you. I go, yeah, but we didn't know it was shot. We can't even get a 2-year roof certification. It looked good, but that's why we're inspecting. And hey, I would love for, I want to get paid too, Christy, just easy, Tiger, easy. And I said, so here's the deal. And she's like, fine, or Steve's like, fine, just send me the cancellation over because they will get pissed, right? Everybody have that happen? I said, Steve, whoa. I have an idea. I go, see if your seller would take care of the central heat there in the roof. If they will, and 12 grand's a heck of a deal for roof. We got 3 quotes, 19, 17, and 12. And that 8 grand, by the way, we got one company, Bonnie Plumbing, they'll do it for 5,500. They're having a special. I go, if they'll do 12 and 5,500, see if your sellers will do this. We'll stay in the deal. I think I can get my buyers to do it. Never asked for it, but sometimes the listing agent's so pissed they're not thinking. Do you do your best thinking when you're really angry? You make the really quality decisions for your life and say things you don't mean to people that you love. And so guess what? Agents get mad. They don't think it's have to think for them, David. See if they do it. Okay, fine, but the hell no do it. Oh my God, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do the roof. My roofer will put it on. Bill escrow. They get paid out of proceeds. Bonnie Plumbing won't. They want to get paid half up front, half when the job's done or something. But yeah, we'll do it. I called my clients. Hey, I told my clients the plan. I'm just gonna cancel, but I'm gonna see if I can get them to do this for us because they don't have it. First time home buyers, so they have an extra 12 grand and 8 grand, 19,000 or $20,000. I go, let me see. And if you go into the plan, that being your plan when you buy, that's shifty and wrong, right? But if you go in thinking, I think the roof's okay. I think my kids were in escrow in place and they backed out. They found like $50,000 worth of stuff, like way over our budget. They just backed out. I would have negotiated, but they used a relative of theirs on my wife's. Never mind. But and I'm like, I wouldn't even know how to write an offer anymore. It's been so long, but I do know the concepts. And so here's the deal. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Now we're in the deal. We never ask for the repairs. We get them. So I buy as is all the time. I get new roofs. I get 18 new windows. I get the big things. I get it all the time. Buy it as is. I just say, Sam, bad news. Manu, bad news. We got to cancel.
I like that because you're putting it back on your terms, like we agreed.
Yeah, we agreed to. We want to be people of our word, and we're gonna have to cancel. We don't need. Aren't you gonna ask to fix it? I mean, of course they love it, but we told you we buy it as is, that we won't ask for anything, and so we're just gonna cancel. A good agent's gonna go, well, let me see if I can get them to do anything. I said, oh, good. If you can, I think they'd stand it. And then, but they don't think that. You got to think for them and go, hey, let me give you a thought, Tom. See if they do this. He's like, well, send it over. I'm pissed, and I'll never give you another deal with me again. You'll get stuff, but do you help them think? Is this helpful?
Yeah.
This makes a big difference. Last thing.
Fire not request any more.
You can say no further price reductions, credits, or repairs to be completed by seller.
Yeah.
You're not gonna request for price reduction, credits, or.
But you have the right to cancel. You
And
didn't
you
give
have
up
a
your
right
right
to-
to cancel.
And you have a right to ask it if you find new big things, but.
Any disclosure they give you, like HOAs, CCNRs, it's all get out of jail for free card. Now, if they say, hey, we forgot to put the water heater strap on the water heater, that's not a get out of, judge will never back that up. You'll lose your deposit.
And it gives you an extra 5 days for your buyer to this.
Yeah,
That buyer
exactly.
to inspect it.
Not something minor, like
if it's
it's missing a smoke detector, it's missing the straps.
If it's
That
a-
will not
if
give
it's
you
a
an extra 5
disclosure
days.
that
They're
they
making
send
a
you.
disclosure, there's nothing to inspect. It will not, because watch, you take the extra 5 and you cancel, they will keep your money and the judge will back them. That's not big enough. So be careful with that. Back to my counteroffer thing. And we can end it today with this. This is worth the price of admission. What happens when I make him an offer? Oh shoot, don't say it. Damon. Matt Damon. Yeah. I was going, Matt. Anyways, you make Sam an offer, Damon, for 800, and it's garbage, and he doesn't even respond to you. No, you counter at 880, and then you don't counter at 860, and your buyers go, forget it, we'll find another house. So he did counter you back. Remember, it's 10, it's count off number 1, 2, 1. Count off number 2, count off number 3, count off number 5, and you're going, hey, 880, and you're waiting for him to respond. And a day goes by, 2 days goes by, 3, 4, 5 days goes by. You call him up and you say, yeah, we've moved on. The 880, no way. 800, maybe 820, and you're like, no way. Deal's dead, right?
Yeah.
Wrong, wrong in a million different ways. Wrong. And, so what I do is I tell my clients, I go, hey, they're walking. I think they're even writing an offer on another house. Let's counter. Nope. Tell me no, you won't drop a penny under 880. Tell me no, not dropping a penny under 880. Yes, you are. He doesn't give me a little bossy. You absolutely are. You drop the price $500. We're gonna counter at 875. Did you hire me to sell this house or not? Did you? Yes, you did. You hired me to sell this house then. You guys gotta be strong.
Yes.
Leadership. Who's leading? The dog wagged the tail, or does the tail wag the dog?
We want our
Sellers or tails. You are the dog.
We want our
You're-
clients to
I'm
like
the
us.
one who's doing this. I know what I'm doing. And if you don't want you to bring someone like me or Steve or David, except not the situation because he was down the road. But anyways, it's kidding. But not really, you're like, oh, we're done. So I said, you're gonna drop the price $500, and here's why. Because guess what? It's Thursday. And instead of telling people, well, we had an offer, it didn't work out, so yeah, bring me one. Ask me, the deal's dead. I know that you're, Damon, you're down the road.
Huh.
But I'm about to send you a counter for $500 less. Ask me if the property's available.
Hey Brad, calling about 123, is it still available? Any
Is it
interest?
available? Yes, but barely. Ask me why.
Is it still interested? You have an offer? Why?
Why? Oh, glad you asked. Because I'm about to send a counter offer. There's no hope of it coming together, but am I about to send a counter offer? He goes, oh my gosh, when are you gonna send it? Well, that all depends on when you can see the property. When can you see the property? Well, tonight at 6. I go, I can't wait that long.
Okay,
Is there any chance you can get your clients off work? Are you asking people to get off work? As a buyer, I'm always asking my buyers to go, we're on the right house. If it's a credit house, no. But if it's a good house, you need to get off work. This is an emergency. This is how I was selling 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 homes a month. Cause I'm not normal, baby. You gotta get excited. Now I'm over dramatizing some things. They would never know that, like across the pond, you just see a duck. It looks pretty, right? Under the water, the little feet are going like that. You don't see me sweat. You don't see my intensity. I'm demonstrating it here, but it's there. It is there. And so I go, you'd be there too? Awesome. I'm gonna send the counter at 3. So if you like it, here's what I want you to do. Walk outside the house. You're gonna know.
I'll call you right
David
away.
likes it. Call me. I tell them, I say the same thing every time. I want you to stay on the front lawn. I want you to call me and tell me you're right, full price or close, and I'll hold off on the counter. Because I'm telling you, if I send this counter and Damon signs the counter, which I know no fat day in hell that's ever gonna happen, right? But if he did send the counter, would it be sold?
Yep,
Yeah.
off the market.
Am I telling the truth?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I being smart?
Yes.
Smart aleck.
Yeah. I'm not being a smart aleck, I'm being smart. And guess what? He didn't
No.
count offer number 1. He didn't count offer 2. Wait a minute, the buyer's agent has to count. No, he didn't count offer 2. So let's say we do this and he writes me a full price offer from there, all because I'm about to send that could be signed to be taken. Is to generate, because people want to buy what they're about to lose. Now check this out. Let's say he goes there at 2 and they hate it. He's, oh no, they hated this house. Ain't gonna happen. I even try to lower it and I go, okay. So I send him the counter at 879.5. And he goes, what a joke. $500, tell your seller to leave me alone. I said, well, he told me to do it. I gotta do it. And then so Friday, call me, ask me if just say, is the property available? Hey, is the property still available? Yes, but barely. See, he hasn't heard all this. He doesn't know that yesterday a guy ran over there too and hated it. He doesn't know that we're 80,000 apart. And asked me why. What do you mean barely? Because I just sent a counter over last night. If they sign it today, it's gone. Is that true? You're either about to send the counter offer or you just send it. Either way, the property's barely available. This is how you sell properties. And then you don't like it. And then Saturday, I go, hey, let's counter again. And he goes, well, what are we gonna counter? I go, we'll drop another $500. I mean, if you sold the property for $879, you wanted $880, would you be thrilled? We're going $879, Sam. Manu, you cool with that?
1,000 under, yeah.
And I do every time I drop it $500 every 2 to 3 days for the next month. I'm always either sending the counter offer or about to send an offer. By the way, listen to me. I said 9 one way. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like bam, come on, baby. And I'm going. The guy's like, Tom, say stop sending me the counters. You're
Stop
wasting my time.
sending me your stupid counters, Brent.
Tom, I love you, but you know I don't work for you. I work for my sellers. I can lose my license if I don't send you the counter. Listen, I don't want to do this either, Tom. But they are telling me to send you a counter. If I don't send them a counter, I could lose my license, right? So just, let's Tom,
Send
calm
me a
down.
real offer, Brent.
Calm down, Tom. And I don't say it to people, but I say, Tom, just throw it away. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. We did. He's like, he literally a couple times, stop. I go, I can't. And the ninth one, they signed it, sent it back, accepted, and we closed escrow. 9 counters one way. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
That's great.
This is how we do it. We always put it on. Really? Is that how Netflix did it? Is that how Amazon did it? Is that how the new robots are doing it? It's never been done before, but it's getting done.
Yep.
Don't be average.
Clever.
Don't be normal. Be different. Be creative. You're paid to be. Don't lie. Not one thing was a lie. Well, I want to be honest and tell them we get an offer for 200,000 less. That is such a disservice to your client. That is not their business.
Yep.
You had no right to say that.
Yep.
And then they go, well, what's 200,000 to be a total piece of junk? You're not a salesperson. You're an order taker. I come behind homes that I get the offer, then we counter that offer and rock and roll. We sell that property.
You can put on the counter, instead of expiration of 3 days, you can put 14.
No, I want to expire those counters in 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm either, I'm doing, I'm just constantly sending or about to send or
That's
sending.
urgency.
And then
Yeah.
guess what? I'm about to send a counter offer. I just sent the counter offer. You better hurry up. Oh my God, we're going around there. I had one where I did all this and they went to the property and they wrote the offer for, it was $935. They wrote the offer at 7. He said, well, just make me an offer. It was Kelly Pressler, 7. And Kelly Pressler, and she wrote the offer at 7. And then I said, okay, let me present it. Well, I got this offer out because I got her to present the offer. I had a Coble Baker guy calls me. Hey, I got clients from San Jose. I go, dude, I got an offer right here. If my client signed it, it's gone. He goes, can you wait? I go, how quick? We'll be there in an hour. It's Calvine and 99, South Sac, that 95829, Silver Meadows, 4,500 square foot home on a half-acre lot, 4-car garage with the pool. Awesome. 935. This is like 2005, right when the market was about to crash. Might have been 2006. So it was already crashing. The sellers didn't know it. And I said, you got seconds. We'll race. I go, you call me from the front line. You tell me right in full price or super close, and you might get it. I will fight for you. It's okay. And then there's no call. I'm calling them. I'm checking just crickets. They obviously what? Don't like the house. Not worth 935. Are you with me? So Kelly calls me. She goes, I talked to my sellers and they were pissed. They're like, you just tell her to forget it. And can we call the Department of Real Estate? 700,000. They've insulted us. And I go, whoa. I go, she's the reason your home's going to sell. You're going to write her a thank you card and send her chocolates. This is going to be, because now I can tell her when I have an offer. And offers have babies. Offers inspire their offers. So she's like, oh, this was a doctor I was talking to. I said, look, did you hire me to sell the house? Yes. This is, I am so grateful for this offer. Now I can tell everyone we have an offer. And guess what? It's going to give us a full price offer. It's going to help us. So she's like, okay, but in the meantime, we need a counter. What do you want to counter? And she's had an attitude and a half. It was like 935. She was 920, like this, just 920. Like, you're wasting my time. I'm a doctor. I've been 920. I wrote on a counter offer. Counter offer number 1. Purchase price to be $920,000. Lee scribbled it, put a big X and wrote as per verbal seller. We didn't have DocuSign back there. And if you do really as per verbal seller, it's perfectly legal, by the way. It means nothing. You don't have a deal with the other side signs. It's not a signature. It's if you look close, it says as per verbal with seller. You're like, oh, it does say that, but I mean, it looked like a signature. Is that bad? Maybe. So, but it's perfectly legal. I've gone to every attorney. You can put as per verbal with buyer, as per verbal with seller, where the signature goes. If your signature, if you have sloppy writing, it happens to look like a signature. Oh, well. Anyway, so
Well, then,
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You can do it. I just have sloppy writing. So then I get a real signature if the deal goes together. So Kelly yells at me. She goes, I thought you said they were motivated. What a complete total waste. And she's really pissed. She's like, you're wasting my time. You wasted the time, which is why I put things in writing and just did verbal. I said, look, Kelly, but time out. No, time out. No. I go, Kelly, time out. Can I just tell you something? Yeah. I have a Coble Baker agent begged me not to send you this counter. Begged me to wait. And I didn't because out of respect for you. And they're racing to the property. I could be getting a full price offer right now. No, I can't reach this guy. He's ghosted me. He's gone. But I could. Maybe he's not paying attention. I'm an optimist. Could he be writing me an offer? Yeah. I go, if he writes me for it's gone. call your client and tell them they have 5 minutes to accept our counter of 920. They're at 700. You got 5 minutes to accept this, or it's gone. In my opinion, you're gonna lose it. 5 minutes. She goes, okay. She called me back 90 seconds later. We accept. I sold a house for $920,000 because I know how to sell stuff. Don't be an order taker. Never wait for an offer. It's 600,000. Would they like 5? Would they like 4? How low do I go? 3? For 3, I'll buy it. I said, good. So I have an offer from you 3. Great. Okay, now we'll go. Let me talk to my client. I tell them the strategy. I have an offer. Every agent that calls me all week, I tell them we have an offer probably barely available. And then we're gonna counter them until the cows come home. Is this helpful?
That's great.
Take what you like, leave what you don't like.
That is really good.
I did 20% of my list. Let me see if I can give one last thing. No, that's enough. I don't want to spoil you guys. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome day.